Okay, so this is it, championship weekend. Basically, the last weekend, and then of course 2 more weeks will be the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, I am going to Vegas. We have a nice, crazy weekend. Always there. I love it. Um, as I said, whoever wins points wise, we will be telling me what to do for the pick in Vegas, and I'll be making a big giant bet based on this person who is doing very well. I am shockingly impressed by this person who's getting a lot of points and getting the games right. I am pathetically upset with myself. I've never been so bad in the playoffs, post playoffs, that I have no clue what to do anymore. I am 1-7 with a total points of 7, which is the least out of everybody that's done sending me picks. I do apologize for last week. I didn't know what was going to happen. It was a last minute thing. I had to just use my tablet to make the thing. And I do apologize for people who did wait, but thank you very much for sending in the picks. I did get it. I will talk about what happened last week. Basically, there are 3 people who are doing very well. 9 points is the most. 9 points is the most with a 5-3 record by Al. Then there's another 9 points with 4-4 done by Allie, and the most points is Extino, who has 11 points over a 2-week period. 11 points out of a possible 16 points, and she's 6-2 straight up with the odds bet, which I think is impressive. 6-2 because of some of these upsets that have been occurring. My patheticness, as I said, 1-7 is horrendous. I only got one right last week, which was the Giants game. Of these games, I did like the Giants game. New Orleans and San Francisco, I have to say, I'm sorry, I did not see all of it. It was the greatest game. SD, yes, we do stink. Nicole was horrible, 1-3. Esty was 1-3. But you know what? It's a very hard playoff season, I think. What you think is doing well, the other team somehow gets a reason to win. And that's what's happening with me. I have no clue this week. So, yes, there are 2 games. Let's get straight into it. Again, whoever wins the most whoever wins the most points will tell me what to do, and I'll put a bet for them when I'm down in Vegas, because right now I'm down and out. So Baltimore at New England, -7.5. Over under is 50.5. 50. Baltimore at New England, -7.5. That will be the first game Sunday at 3 o'clock. Basically, what it is to say, you got Baltimore, who's got a good defense, with the quarterback who I don't trust, who hasn't done really that much. Obviously, Rice is the main objective on offense. Rice will be running the ball. I think they're going to want to slow the game down. They're going to run as much as they can against New England's defense. Basically, they want to just keep the ball out of Brady's hands, because Brady with the ball will just try to score as many points and touchdowns. New England, I think, has a great offense. I think they're obviously the best offense left in the field, but that's not saying anything we don't know. Those 2 tight ends, nobody can cover them, as well as Walker. 7.5, yeah, you know what? I got 8, and I have to say, it's a lot of points, but now I'm flipping over, thinking that New England, I think, is going to blow Baltimore out. I just can't see the quarterback staying in unless Rice, for some reason, can have a monster game and slow them down. I don't know how they're going to do it. So I'm going to go New England -7.5, and the over-under 50.5. That's a lot of points, but you know what? I think New England can score 30, and if New England scores 30, then Baltimore is going to score 20. So it's going to be close to 50.5. There's no question. That's why they make that bet 50.5. So I'm going to go New England and the over. Basically, we'll see what happens from there. We have people here saying New England over for grass. We have Allie and so Allie and Xtina are both taking New England over also. So everybody's taking New England over. Baltimore over. Okay, SD's taking Baltimore. And over, Nick is not here. She'll send it to me. Allie's taking New England over. And that's it for these guys. Oh, Menon. I didn't see Menon's. Menon's is New England over also. So everybody's taking New England over. Jesus, so we're all going to be wrong. No question about it. Okay, next game. 6 o'clock game, which I have a lot stakes on. Obviously, I want New England to lose. There's no question. I don't want New England to go. If New England doesn't go to the Super Bowl, I have a great chance of winning a lot of money, because second game happening is New York Giants at San Francisco. You may not believe this, but last year when I was in Vegas, I made a bet for San Francisco to win the Super Bowl the next coming year. $25 down gets me 750. So if San Francisco does end up winning the Super Bowl, it works out for me. So obviously I'm rooting for San Francisco to win the game. But Giants at San Francisco minus 2.5. The over/under is 43.5 points. Basically, the weather they say is possibly going to be raining, possibly going to be wet, possibly going to be muggy. That plays into the field, I think, of San Francisco. It slows down the Giants' passing offense, which passing offense is their main thing. I think they do have a good defense. I think San Francisco shockingly showed us last week Smith can pass. They do have a great tight end, Davis. So it's pretty equal game. It's just who's going to have the turnovers. San Francisco is going to keep it. New York Giants is trying to score as many points as they can. If it rains, I'm definitely favoring San Francisco minus 2.5. If it's not going to rain, it was a sunny day, I would have picked the Giants. So I'm leaning towards San Francisco minus 2.5. The over/under 43.5. I've got to say the under. So I'm taking San Francisco under, and if I'm wrong, I'm probably going to be as bad as it can be. And so who cares, right? So basically, we have Ali and Xtina are taking San Francisco over. We have it's going to rain according to Esty. Esty saying San Francisco over. If it's raining, then I'm for sure happy with my under pick. And Grass is taking San Francisco. Wow, are we all in favor of San Francisco over except for Menon? Menon is going to go on his own and takes the Giants over. So basically, yeah, if all of us are agreeing San Francisco over, it's going to be Giants under. Basically, that's the story there. Okay, so that's the two games. There is obviously a side bet for Super Bowl picks, which are interesting. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to get into it in sense of do the New England Patriots score every period? Do the New England Patriots have points all the time? How many points over under San Francisco is going to score? Is it going to be over 22.5? Is the Giants going to be over 20 points? Who's going to score the first touchdown? All of this gets greater and crazier as the Super Bowl gets closer. So basically, just type out now who you think is going to be in the Super Bowl. And most of you are saying what we all think is San Francisco versus New England, which is shockingly enough. I can't believe we're all agreeing. Shockingly, San Francisco over New England. So that's basically the end for this show, and I will